What is up, my buttery biscuits? Y'all, it has been a hot minute since I filmed. If you guys did not check out my previous video about Jaclyn Hill, I'll leave it linked somewhere within this video so you guys can check it out before watching this, because I don't want to repeat myself. Like, I do feel like, oh, y'all, whenever I film multiple videos in the same day, I have like such a bad habit of repeating the same exact things, and then people like who watch all my videos will be like, you literally said that within the past 3 videos, and I'm like, oh, damn. Like, if I film in the same day, like, say for example, if it's just on my mind, then I'm gonna keep on saying it within every video. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like, oh, what if, like, what if you guys don't watch all the videos? Do you know what I mean? So anyways, I just want to say I've been gone for a whole month. It's literally been 1 month since I filmed a video. Actually, it's probably been a little bit over 1 month. I'd say probably about 33 days, which is like the longest break that I've taken from YouTube in the past. I want to say 3 years. Oh, maybe even 4 years. It's literally been that long since I've taken this break. I do want to say it has felt good, but then also at the same time too, I kind of miss being a chismoso. You guys know I just love to talk. And y'all, when I'm talking to my friends, they don't care about any of the stuff that I like talk about. Like, I'll be talking to my homegirls and I'll be like, oh my god, can you guys believe that like Jeffree Star has like a dupe brand inside Dollar Tree? They'll be like, oh, cool. They don't care. I feel like you guys care a little bit more, so therefore it makes me excited to talk about it. Anyways, as you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star. And this brand, I want to say they're called like C Color Cosmetics. I do want to give a shout out to Dustin Daily, because actually the whole reason why I even knew about this is because I was checking out his video. I saw it on my timeline. I clicked on it, and this is the whole reason why I got all the information. So shout out to Dustin Daily, because he got the TikTok, he knew all this tea, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to talk about it. And after I film this video, I am going to be going to a couple Dollar Trees hoping to find these palettes, because I just really have to try them, especially for $1.25. Like, I'm super intrigued. But this brand has actually been talked about before too by Manny MUA. I guess they're just known for making super cheap dupes of like popular brands or influencer brands. And I just want to say I'm so tripped out by this, y'all. Like, I'm like, y'all, $1.25 for a whole palette. Like, I feel the need to go hunt it down, but I do feel like stuff like this is probably sold in like Oklahoma and like Ohio, like random states. Like, I feel like here in Los Angeles, like, it'll be so difficult to find, because I always see like good stuff. People say, for example, on I was gonna say on TikTok or even on Instagram reels, people will be posting like all this good makeup at TJ Maxx, and then they live in like the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, here in Los Angeles, that would literally last 2 seconds, or maybe the employees will just buy it up before it even hits the shelves. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like we never really get the good stuff here because it is just way too populated. But I'm gonna hunt these down, and if I do, I will 100% be doing a review video about these. Anyways, before we jump into this video, make sure you guys click the link down below, head over to my second channel, make sure you guys go give a subscribe over there. I've just really been loving filming videos for over there. Like, honestly, y'all, like, not to repeat myself, because I know I've said this before, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel re-inspired by like making videos. Honestly, I will say here on this main channel, it does get a little bit stagnant sometimes, because I'm like, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to film, I don't know what people are going to want to see. And then on that channel, I'm like, I'm having so much fun because I'm actually traveling, doing what I love, and I'm making videos about it. And then the whole editing process of it is just like a whole new creative expression. And I feel like I've just been having so much fun on that channel. So make sure you guys head over there. Even if you guys don't like travel vlogs, even if you guys don't like food reviews and stuff like that, just give it a chance. Let me know how you guys like it, because I've seen so many comments before of people saying, I didn't really think that I'd be into a travel vlog, and yet I really like these videos. So make sure you guys go check them out. They are a little bit of a mess, because obviously I am a mess of a person, as you guys know, especially when I get drinks involved. Like, y'all, my past video that I just uploaded about a week ago, I think it was, I got a little bit tipsy on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and I'm like watching that video back, and I was like, oh my god. And I just posted it because I'm like, you know what, I'm over it. I feel like the old me would have been like, oh no, I'm gonna care, like, I don't know, I look bad at this angle, or I look bad in this lighting. I'm like, I'm just so over it. I'm just living my little life over there. So make sure you guys go check that out. Here I am rambling about that. Let me shut up. Let's go to talk about this Jeffree Star stuff. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all, I swear I literally annoy myself with how much I ramble. Like, one of these days I'm gonna have a podcast though. And it will be a hot mess, honestly. You guys know I've been saying for a couple years now, I really want a podcast, and I want to title it The Ramble, because all I do is ramble. But I just really feel like, well, for 2 reasons, I haven't started a podcast. One being because I just don't have the space for it. And I feel like, I don't know, I see everybody online when they have like a cute setup. I'm like, oh, I want my setup to be like that. But one, I can't afford a studio. Two, I can't afford like a house to have multiple rooms. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, if I film a podcast, it will literally be shot on my couch, which will look a little bit janky, which I know, like, hey, at least it'll be real. You know what I mean? But then another reason why I'm like scared to do a podcast is because, y'all, I am so scatterbrained. Like, I'm the type of person that I'll literally be talking about something, and then I'll think of this, and then I'll start talking about that, and then I'll forget what I was like, where I left off. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, that'd be a hot mess of a podcast, because I do, like, I could totally vision myself like talking about this story right here, and then I'll bring up a side note, and then forget to even talk about the main story. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, ugh, there's a whole bunch of reasons why I wouldn't. Anyways, the first thing that I want to talk about with this brand right here, that is called C Color Cosmetics. They are literally just a dupe for pretty much every brand, y'all. I'm seeing, if you head over to their website, ccolorcosmetics.com, they have dupes for all different types of brands. Like I see some like Norvina palettes right here. I do see a dupe for the oh my gosh, Tati Westbrook palette right here. Like there's just all different types of dupes. I do want to say I feel like it is such a trip though that these are being sold inside Dollar Tree. Like I'm like, a whole palette for $1.25. Like I just want to know the ingredient listing within that, because how do you make a whole palette for $1.25? That just seems like really difficult to do. And on their website, as well as on Amazon, for example, they are sold for $12. Some are sold for 12 or $14, you know, depending upon the palette. I do want to talk about this right here though, because I actually do remember when this video came out. This is Manny MUA calling them out before, because they actually did a complete dupe of his Life as a Drag palette. You guys can see from right here, it is exactly the same exact color story, as well as he did call out that they did another one of the same exact color story as Laura Lee's brand, Laura Lee Los Angeles, the Nudie Patootie. I do want to say this though, before even getting into the whole Jeffree Star portion of this. I do feel like obviously Jeffree Star has a little bit more money, and he probably does have a little bit more lawyers than Manny MUA and Laura Lee, so he probably could do something about this. What that will be, I don't know. I did want to ask you guys before even jumping into this, what do you guys feel like they can do legally to actually stop this from happening? Because say for example, when a brand comes out with a dupe, yeah, everybody can get online and talk trash like, oh my gosh, you're copying, stuff like that. But is there anything legally that you can do if you're not using the brand's likeliness, if you're not using their images, if you guys are not using their I don't know, logo? Like, do you know what I mean? What can you do? I've always wondered if you can like copyright a color story, you know, because I feel like with these, and we're going to get into the Jeffree Star ones, I feel like yes, they are identical color stories, but I feel like how could you sue them when it's just a color story? Do you know what I mean? Those colors are not invented by, let's say, Manu Amue or Laura Lee or Jeffree Star. So I really do wonder what you could do about this. I feel like the only way that you can actually sue somebody is if, say, for example, they're coming out with these and calling them Lunar Beauty or Laura Lee Los Angeles or Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Like, I feel like that's the only way that you can actually do something about it. I feel like it really does suck. You guys know I've done several videos before about dupes. I feel like I'm so in the middle about dupes. Like, I do obviously understand why there is dupes for more affordability, you know what I'm saying? But then also from a creative standpoint, I feel like that really sucks. Like when you put so much work into a palette and then to have it ripped off, it just kind of sucks, you know? Anyways, I want to go ahead and show you guys these TikToks right here before jumping into this, so that you guys can have a little bit of the backstory about the whole Dollar Tree stuff. And y'all, it's literally gonna make me go on a hunt, because I'm like, first of all, I'm just that weird type of person that I do kind of like say for example, if I'm looking for something limited edition, oh my gosh, perfect example, like 2 years ago, they came out with these little night before Christmas succulents, and like where was that at, like CVS or Walgreens, some type of drugstore. And I was like, oh my gosh, I found one of them, and then turns out there was a whole collection, so I went around to all different Walgreens like looking to complete the collection. I only ever found one more, so I only got Oogie Boogie and Zero, but there's a full collection of them. I'm just weird like that. I like going around looking for things, so I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go hunt these down. But check out these TikToks right here so you guys can see the comparison between this brand and Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So as y'all can see the similarities there, as well as the imprinting in the shadow. It does look like Jeffree Star's logo in the shadow. I was gonna say shower. Oh my gosh, it does look like his logo in the shadows. Which that right there, I do kind of feel like maybe he can do something about being that like is very similar. It has the star, but then it has the CC in it. So maybe that's kind of different from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. But I don't know. I feel like that's kind of getting a little close there. It kind of tripped me out to see these. Also, I do want to say, am I just tripping, or do those swatches actually look pretty decent? Like, that's what intrigued me a little bit more into like, okay, maybe I do want to do a little review of these. I don't own any of these Jeffree Star palettes, so I can't like compare it side by side. I only own like 3 palettes from Jeffree Star, so I don't have any of those ones because it does look like it would be for the oh my gosh, the Beauty Killer palette, and then I don't know other palettes that I don't have. I only have the Banana Fetish one, the Cremated one, and the Bloodlust one. Those are only 3 that I have. Do I have another one? I may have another one. I forgot. Y'all, I haven't touched my eyeshadows in so long. I haven't done my makeup in so freaking long. But anyways, yeah, these are them right there, and I just feel like this is just such a trip. I do want to say if you head over to their website, the Neutrals one, which is the dupe for Tati Westbrook, am I tripping, or does this look like identical, like literally identical? I'm like, it actually looks really pretty. I never got my hands on that palette, but I do want to ask you guys this though. Do you guys feel shady about buying dupes, or do you guys feel good about it? Do you guys feel like, because I have seen before whenever I make any type of videos and I'm like, you know what, I really feel bad for the original person who came up with that idea, and then a brand just comes about and then rips it off for a fraction of the cost. I see a lot of you guys in the comments saying, well, then that brand should make it a little bit more affordable, but obviously we're talking about quality here. Like, say for example, if you look at these palettes right here, these Jeffree Star dupes, they clearly look way less quality than Jeffree Star. Do you know what I mean? As well as the packaging as well too. So I'm kind of like, clearly that's going to cost a little bit more, but how do you guys feel about that? Also, I do feel, and I don't know, this is just a speculation, this is just my opinion, I feel like a lot of these palettes right here do come from China, where they like mass produce palettes, as to where, say for example, something like Jeffree Star Cosmetics or Lunar Beauty, you know what I mean, is like made within the United States, so it's obviously going to cost a little bit more. So that's why I'm like, I do understand where people are coming from, like, oh, a brand should make them a little bit more affordable and then people wouldn't come out with dupes. I get that, but at the same time too, you have to look at so many different angles of it, you know what I mean? It depends upon the level of quality of eyeshadow, it depends upon the ingredients, it depends upon where it's being made, like all these different things that go into it. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel like it is a little bit shady, but then also at the same time too, I really am curious to know how these are. Like, I'm so curious, and I'm like, I almost was about to order one on Amazon for $12.50, but honestly, y'all, I was like, if I can go to Dollar Tree and get it for a dollar, well, $1.25, then I kind of want to try it there. But I'm like, $12.50, I may still even spend $12.50 on it, because yeah, I'm looking on the Amazon website right now. And y'all, by the way, the name of these palettes, Unisex 1, Unisex 2, Unisex 3, like, I'm sorry, but they couldn't have done something a little bit different with that. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that is it for this brand right here, C Color Cosmetics. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about it. If you guys are interested, I didn't go over all of the dupes, but you guys can literally head to their website. You will definitely see some palettes you recognize on there, because as soon as I went to their homepage, they have a dupe of the Norvina palette, the purple one. They also have dupes of Tarte palettes of literally every brand. Like, honestly, every single brand. I'm like, oh, that looks familiar, that looks familiar, that looks familiar. The list goes on and on. It's not just Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So clearly this brand has been getting away with their dupes for a long period of time now. But once again, before I leave this video, please answer the question of what do you think that they can do about this legally? Because if they're not using, say for example, any logo or any name or anything like that verbatim, then obviously it would be a little difficult to sue over a color story, being that how would anybody really know who created a color story when these colors are not invented by the person? Do you know what I mean? I just feel like it's one of those things that is probably just frowned upon, but I don't know if they could probably sue them, you know? So that's why I'm just kind of like, I don't know if Jeffree Star would end up like pursuing a lawsuit, because maybe it wouldn't even work out in the end. I don't know. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.